Hey everybody, what's up? This is Matt with the Hardcover comic, and yeah, it's been a while. A lot of changes, a lot of things have been kind of going on, a lot of things have been happening. Mike did an update on him. He bought a new house. He's working on his man cave slash studio, if you will. And yeah, so as you guys can see, I have shaved my head. I turned 40 about a month ago and decided that if you guys you kind of see it in some earlier videos, I had a little bit of little balding back here, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna own my 40s. This is it. And so I just went for it and shaved my head, and I actually like it. It's very freeing. So yeah, anybody's interested in shaving your head, go for it. It is extremely freeing. But that being said, I've done a lot of traveling. I went to Toronto. Can't even talk. I went to Toronto for my birthday. Got a new tattoo, which you guys can actually see a picture of right here. A guy named Yuri did it. Took about 7.5 hours. The dude killed it though. So if anybody's in the Toronto area, go to Flow Tattoo, Davisville location, and check out Yuri. That dude is just absolutely incredible. So that was a birthday gift to myself. Hung out in Toronto for a few days. Got to hang out with Mike for a couple of those days. Went to a Transformers Comic-Con. It was all a good time. A lot of drinking, a lot of breweries, a lot of fun stuff in that regard. Mike and I were supposed to do a live show while we were hanging out, but unfortunately we hung out like 2 nights in a row, and then the third night we were supposed to hang out and we were going to do a live show, and Mike actually came down with sickness. So needless to say, we did not do the live show, obviously, or else you guys would have seen it. So we do need to do a live show, though. We are running very behind on live shows. I think the last one we did was April, May, something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time, so we really need to do another live show. So maybe once Mike gets set up and things like that, we can go about and do another live show again. I think that would be a lot of fun. Some other updates and things that have been going on in the world of comics. So I've been kind of, I don't know what it is, a midlife crisis or what, but ever since I kind of turned 40, I started taking a closer look at what it is that I'm collecting and what means the most to me and what I'm actually going to read versus what I've already read, or what I would could I read this digitally? Is it gonna be something that's sitting on my shelf for the next 5 years before I end up picking it up and reading it? Things like that. So I'm kind of getting, and so after all that, I kind of decided that I'm gonna not get out of collecting, but I'm going to be downsizing a lot of my collection, and then I'm really going to focus on custom binds. Obviously, we love custom binds, right? So I'm really going to focus more on my custom bind projects that I have going on. I have a lot that I need to complete, and there's a lot more that I want to do in the future. So I really want to kind of put all my attention on that, and then maybe collect some one-off type things. So anything official Spider-Man I'll grab, anything official Batman, if I don't already have it custom bound, I'll grab. And then Star Wars, I will grab Star Wars. And that's really it. I don't think anything else I'm going to be purchasing anymore. Other than some indie stuff. There is some indie stuff I will for sure be grabbing, like Gideon Falls Volume 2 for sure. I'll probably end up picking up Ascender. So things like that, some indie books I will for sure be grabbing. But other than that, from the big two, it's pretty much gonna be Spider-Man, Batman, and Star Wars, and that's about the extent of what I'll be picking up going forward. So yeah, and so I'm currently having a sale. I got a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be posting and selling and things like that. So if anybody's interested, go find let's see, there's an Instagram post out there, there's a Facebook post, there's a Reddit post, there's a lot of posts out there. So if anybody's interested, let me know. Now, that being said, I do have a couple of, it's a very small haul, if you will, but it's still some stuff that I'm very excited about that I got a while back and I just never did a video. like I said, I was doing a lot of traveling. I went to Savannah, Georgia. I went to Toronto, Canada. I went to Columbus, Ohio. And then I've been back home and just kind of getting into the new work schedule and things. So it's been a lot. But one of them that I'm most excited about, I'm very excited about this one, and it does fall under the indie book collection, is none other than Ice Cream Man, the Sunday edition. Now, what's so special about this one is that this is the exact same book that you can purchase at a retailer, your local comic book store, etc. But this one, I actually pre-ordered through W. Maxwell Prince directly, and all the proceeds and things that he was doing when he offered this were going to help fund Planned Parenthood and other kind of like abortion clinics and things like that to help support women's, reproductive organs, save them. So anyway, and he also signed it. So that was really cool. So not only is it just a book, but W. Maxwell Prince touched this very book and signed it. And as part of that, he also threw in a couple of goodies, which I thought was pretty cool. So first up, we have the Ice Cream Man holofoil bookmark, which I think is really, really neat. He then threw in a Ice Cream Man sticker, which I need to figure out where I'm going to put this. Yeah, maybe on my laptop. I don't know. And then an Ice Cream Man enamel pin. So, love this. So, it was kind of a cool little kit that I got. So, I was very, very excited to get that. That was absolutely huge. And then I also got in some custom binds a while back that I had posted on Instagram, but I just never did a video for them. And so what I ended up doing was these are all through messed up the camera, readjust. These are all through Capital Binding that I got these done. So first up I have Batman and Robin Eternal. So this is the Batman and Robin New 52. I know the DC Bullet logo is not the logo that was used back then, but I don't care. I love that logo. And so going through this and kind of rereading this, because it's been a handful of years, I forgot how good this run actually is. I actually really enjoyed this run. So yeah, very, very stoked on this one. This is a really fun run. Got the little Batman die right here to kind of go along with the whole Batman theme of books that I have that I was doing at Herring and Robinson before they closed their doors. And then the other two books that I got were Batman Eternal Volumes 1 and 2. And again, I know the Bullet logo, but I don't care. And so, yeah, I did it into 2 volumes, Batman Eternal, all 52 issues. I was trying to get them all into 1 volume because I was trying to be cheap about it. But, I mean, he would have done them all in 1 volume. He didn't have an issue with that, but he did recommend that I split it into 2 just for easier reading. And I was like, fine. So, yeah. So anyways, I got these in. Kevin, a Capital Binding, great guy. Really, really fast turnaround. I want to say I got those back in less than 3 weeks. So yeah, he did some really great work on those as well. And then as far as my future binds go, I am going to be binding, Detective Comics New 52. I have that one still to do. I still have to bind, I have a bunch of Punisher comics I need to bind from like the original run starting in like 86 on. So I need to bind those. That'll probably be like 3 or 4 volumes. I am also going to be custom binding Birthright. I have all 10 trade paperbacks. I just need to prep them all and send them in. I'm also going to be custom binding some Justice League International and Justice League Europe. I will also be custom binding Slimer, the 90s Now comic. I think it's like 16 issues. I finally got them all, so I will be binding Slimer. I think I'm going to have Haushin do that one because I really want a graphic cover. But unfortunately, Haushin does minimums of 3, so I got to figure out what other books I'm going to send in. I'll probably actually send in the Punishers just because I did graphic covers on my other Punisher binds, so I will probably send in those with it, just so they kind of all match, and then obviously I'll have Mike design them because, well, he's awesome at that. Trying to think if there's any other big custom binds that I have planned. I think those are kind of the big ones that I've got going on right now. Eventually, I want to do Ghost Rider, the Danny Ketch Volume 2 run. I have all of the Ghost Rider books, but I have none of the tie-ins. So I have to collect all the tie-ins and everything else, and that is, whoo, that's a chore. If anybody doesn't know, the 90s were one hell of a time for crossover events, so that's going to be a while. Mark Spector Moon Knight, I have almost all the issues I need for that one for a custom bind. So like I said, all of my attention and things like that are just really going to be focused on custom binds going forward, and then some one-offs. So Star Wars New Republic is going to be dropping. It pushed back in, November? So I will be picking that up when it drops. Gideon Falls, obviously. Once they do the future volumes of Ice Cream Man, I will be grabbing those. But yeah, so that's kind of really what I've been focusing on and what I've been up to, and I hope you all have been doing well. There's been a few of you guys that have reached out to us either via line or Instagram or email, and just asking how we were doing because you hadn't seen us in a while and things like that, and just thank you for that. Truly, honestly, thank you. Mike and I truly appreciate all the love and things that you guys give, and when people kind of geek out when there's a new video or when you guys haven't heard from us in a while and you reach out, it truly means the world to us. So just thank you for that. And I hope you all are doing well. I hope everybody's being safe. I will be trying to get Mike on for a live show here soon, I promise, and we'll go from there. So thank you again, everybody, and until next time, the power is yours.